You did everything right. You paid off the debt, paid it off completely. Zero balance, done. And then you checked your credit score, and it went down. Not a little. Down. If that's happened to you, or you've heard about it happening, you're not crazy, and the bank didn't make a mistake. This is actually how the system works. And once you understand why, it changes how you think about debt entirely. Most people operate with a very simple mental model of credit. Debt is bad. Paying it off is good. Score goes up. It's clean. It's logical. It's also incomplete. Because your credit score isn't a report card for being a good person with money. It's a risk prediction model. And prediction models care about patterns, not moral victories. So when you pay off an account, especially one that's been open for a long time, the system doesn't always celebrate with you. Sometimes it flags it. Here's what's actually happening. Your credit score is calculated using 5 factors: payment history, amounts owed, length of credit history, new credit, and credit mix. When you pay off and close an installment account, a car loan, a student loan, a personal loan, you're not just eliminating a balance, you're removing an account from your active mix. And if that account was old, you may have just shortened your average account age. Think about that for a second. You had a student loan that you've been carrying for 9 years. You finally pay it off. Closed. Your oldest account history just got thinner. The model sees that as a slight increase in risk, not because you owe money, but because there's less data to evaluate you on. Here's a way to think about it. Imagine you're a hiring manager. You've got a candidate with a resume going back 9 years. Strong track record, consistent, reliable. Now imagine they hand you the same resume, but they've removed the last 9 years of work history. Don't worry, they say. I finished that job. I'm done with it. You'd probably still hire them, but you'd be slightly less confident than you were 30 seconds ago. That's exactly what closing an old account looks like to a credit model. Less data, less predictability, slightly more uncertainty. Now, there's another layer here. And this one surprises people even more. If you pay off a credit card, a revolving account, and you keep it open, your score almost always goes up because your utilization drops. You've got the same limit with a lower balance. Clean signal. But if you pay off and close that same card, you just removed available credit from your total limit, which means your utilization on the remaining cards just went up, even if you didn't spend $1 more. Pay off. Keep it open. That's a different move than pay off and close. And most people treat them like they're the same thing. Before anyone in the comments starts typing, no, I'm not saying carry debt forever. I'm also not saying pay interest just to keep a score happy. If you're paying 22% APR on a credit card because you're afraid of what closing it does to your score, that math doesn't work in your favor, not even close. What I am saying is, the drop is temporary. Closed accounts in good standing stay on your credit report for up to 10 years. Your score will recover. The system has a longer memory than most people realize. So what does someone who actually understands this system do? They don't close old accounts impulsively. If a card has no annual fee, there's almost no cost to keeping it open, even at zero balance. The account age keeps building. The credit history stays on file. The limit keeps your overall utilization lower. They sequence payoffs strategically. Highest interest first, always, but they think about which accounts to close and which to leave open with no balance. And they know that a dip after a payoff isn't a sign that something went wrong. It's a known feature of how the model works. Not a bug, not a mistake. A predictable temporary response to a change in your credit profile. The system is consistent. The people who do well in it are the ones who understand its logic, even when that logic feels backwards. Credit isn't rewarding wealth. It's rewarding predictability. Paying off debt makes you wealthier. It does not automatically make you more predictable in the eyes of a model, because predictability comes from data. And when you close an account, you reduce the data. The strongest credit profiles aren't just debt-free. They're debt-free with a long, consistent, visible track record that gives lenders exactly what they need to say yes quickly. That's the difference between someone who escaped debt and someone who built credit. And now, you know how to do both. If you're sitting on a paid-off account right now and wondering whether to close it, you've got the answer. If you're planning a payoff and you didn't know about any of this, you're ahead of most people now. Drop a comment. Have you ever seen your score drop after doing something that felt financially responsible? Because I'm willing to bet you're not alone. Subscribe, hit like, and tap the bell, because every cipher has a key, and we hand a new one out every week. And I'll see you in the next one.